Yep, looks like we're streaming. Okay. Streaming. Cool, cool. Let's get started. どこまでも暗い道が続いている。A black path that keeps going on. 道の両側に走る森の日々が僕の運転する車に暗いかぶせるように。たもい The trees on the side of the road cover my driving, and the leaves go up all above my head. 風の音だろうか、馬聞こえに似た不気味な音が森の奥から聞こえてくる。It might be the sound of the wind, but an ominous sound like a voice goes throughout the forest. 木正先の中出たの正午過ぎだ。It's way past in the evening on my way back home from the village, I think. 予定では今頃一人暮らしの学生マンションにたどり着いているはずだった。If everything went according to plan, I should have been back home in my student apartment. ところが慣れない近道選んだせいか、気づけば僕は様子もそれていない。I chose a detour that I'm not used to, and when I noticed, I ended up in a non-paved path inside the forest. 日が落ちて辺りはすでに真っ暗だ。The sun's already down and everything's all black. 車はますます暗闇の中へ進んでいく。My car keeps going into the darkness. 貧相学生の中古車にカーナビなんて気の利いたものではなく。A car from a poor student's wage that isn't anything カーナビなんて気の利いたもなく。Run-of-the-mill car. 携帯で I looked at my phone to see if I'm on the map, but there's no path where the cursor is. もはや僕の冴えない感だけ。Now all I can rely on is my crappy intuition. 寂しさもがらわせるために流していたカレジオ。In order to get rid of the loneliness, I turned on the car radio. There's only noise coming from it. It's a very ominous feeling. おまけにポツポツとフロントガラス。And to top it off, there's droplets of water hitting the glass in my car. It's rain. 僕はため息をこぼしながら While sighing, I switch on the wipers. せめて天気予報。I try to hear for the weather report on the radio. チューニングを合わせるために一瞬だけ正面から目をそらした。I tried to change the tuning and I looked away from the road for 1 second. And that 1 second was critical. When I look back into the front, in the lights of my headlight, all of a sudden, a human figure appears. A woman. If I keep going, I'll crash. Suddenly I turn the handle, hit the brake. I'll hit the brake. I step on the brake. The car lets out a noise similar to a scream. Karojite shoujo no mae de. What's karojite? Karojite. And barely, right in front of the girl, it stopped. That was dangerous. Konna mori no naka de, konna jikan ni. In such a forest, at this time, what is a girl doing here? Shikamo. Kasa. She doesn't even have a umbrella. Masani. It's almost like she's a ghost. Shoujo wa furikaeta shisei no mama. She's in a posture turned around and looking at me. Kokosei kurai daro ka? She might be a high schooler. Matamadu todokison. Long hair that goes all the way to her waist. Hidari no kata dake nagashita. Only on her left shoulder she has a braid. It's a very osageka. Leaves a quite an impression, I think is what he's saying. Tokesou na hodo shiroi hada ga headlight no hikari no naka de masu masu shiroku miyoru. Shikashi hontou ni toke wa nai no de yureite wanasou da. Skin almost that you can see, white skin that looks like you can see right through it. From the light of the headlights, it becomes even more white. However, she's not transparent. Doesn't look like a ghost. Boku wa mado o akete mi o noroshita shi kanojo o ita. I like how he called her a ghost. Reminds me of the fifth trial in Danganronpa. Everyone thinks Kirigiri's a ghost. I open my window and put my body through it, and I ask her, and I talk to her. Don't be in the middle of the road, you idiot. I'm sorry, are you okay? I'm gonna go with this one, B. I'm sorry. Are you okay? Are you hurt? Sorry, are you okay? Do you have any... Are you hurt anywhere? I'm fine, is what she said. Kanojo wa ochitsuki haratta koe de kenji suru to kire naga no me de sagaru you ni boku o mikaeshita. With a very calm voice, she replies, Kire naga no me de. What's kire naga? Long slits of the eyes, almond eyes, piercing eyes? And she looks at me with her piercing eyes as if searching for something. Boku wa tosa ni me o sorasu. I suddenly avert my eyes. I suddenly avoid eye contact. Kokoro no naka o. It's almost like she's looking right through me. Right into... How should I... It's almost like she's looking inside my soul. 別にやましいことは何もないけど、やましい。It's not like I have anything to be guilty about, but what is she? もしかしたらこの辺りに進んでいる could this girl live here? 僕はそう考え彼女に道を尋ねた While thinking of that, I ask her, looks like I'm lost, but is there another road past here? コンビニとかガソリンスタンドとか like a convenience store or a gasoline station? 彼女はそっけなく首を横に振る。She nonchalantly shakes her head from side to side. その無限の返事は知らないという意味以上に関わらないでという意味にも取れた。From that response, it's almost like she's saying both I don't know and stop talking to me at the same time. 彼女は背の向けてすぐに歩き出す。She turns around and starts walking. 降り始めた雨が彼女の後ろ髪を濡らしている。The falling rain is causing her hair to get wet. ちょっと君。Hey you. 僕は思わず彼女を呼び止めていた。Without thinking, I call to her. どこが行くあてがあるの? Do you know where you're going? こんな暗い道を一人で歩いて大丈夫か? Are you going to be fine walking along this dark path by yourself? 彼女はちらりと振り向いただけで足を止めることはなかった。ちらり振り向いただけで。What's ちらり? Glimpse. She gives me a glance. Well, she turns around and gives me a glance. But she did not stop. What's wrong with her? 服装から見て、山登り途中で遭難したと調子でもない。Looking at her clothes, it's not like she was in the middle of hiking. It doesn't look like she was in the middle of hiking. 道下に掘り出された口だろうか? もしかしてドライブデート? Maybe she was in the middle of a drive date, and they got into a fight, and she went out in the middle of the road. いずれにしても彼女を放っておくわけにはいかないだろう? No matter the case, I can't leave her alone. 雨は次第に強くなり始めている。The rain's getting stronger. 僕は少し迷ってから、while being a little hesitant, I talked to her again. よかったら乗っていく? Why don't you, if you don't mind, why don't you get on? You can get on if you want. 僕の声に反応して彼女はようやく足を止めた。Responding to my voice, she finally stops walking. 振り返って不満そうにこちらを見る。She turns around and looks at me suspiciously. 車の横に移動して腕組みしながら車内にうなずき込んでいた。She moves to the side of the car and crosses her arms and peeks inside the car and says, 免許証, driver's license. Huh? Without thinking, I couldn't help but raise my voice. Show me your driver's license. 彼女は有無を言わさぬ調子で僕に走った。横た。 without saying anything, 僕に without saying anything, she keeps pressing me on. まるで警察みたいだ. She's almost like a cop. しかし、いくらなんでも、宿の中間には見えない. No matter how I look at her, she doesn't look like a female officer. I had no choice but to show her my driver's license. This is a bit suspicious. There's no way I can show her my driver's license. I'm gonna go ahead and show her my driver's license. 僕は not having a choice, I bring out my driver's license. I'm gonna go ahead and show her my driver's license. Look. すると、彼女はどこからともかくペンライトを取り出して、小さな明かりの中で免許証を確認した。And どこからともかく She brings a pen light out of nowhere and shines a small light on the driver's license. 見ず知らず男から車に乗るように誘われれば警察するのは当然だろうけど、敬拝する免許証確認までするものだろうか? Of course, it would be normal to be cautious of riding into a car of someone you don't know. But would you really look at their driver's license? 親切心疑われるともかく、ここまではっきりと。I don't know this word right here. I'm gonna look it up. Even though she's suspicious about my kindness, looking up a word. Dang. I don't think she would go this far. しかもそれだけではない. But not even that. It's not just that. 彼女はいつの間にか携帯電話を片手に持っていて、免許証に書いてある名前や住所を電話口に向かって読み上げていた. She brings out her phone and reads out the contents of the driver's license, like my name and address, into the speaker. Wait, what are you doing? 身元確認 Doing a background check. Huh? Thanks. It's done. 彼女は携帯電話をしまっていた. She puts away her phone and says that. You're done? What are you done with? You really are just any normal high school student. Any normal student. I don't think he's in high school, the main character. You're just a student passing by. その通りだけど、それ以外ね. That's true, but did you see anything else? 僕は思わずトゲトゲしく. Without realizing it, I started sounding rude. まあ、彼女はしてみれば、この山奥で. I guess from her point of view, it would be kind of scary to be talked to in the middle of the woods like this. 最大限の注意を払ってもいいくらいだ. Maybe she's trying to be as cautious as possible. あんまり責めても仕方ない. I guess I can't fault her too much. しかし、身元確認のテストは完全になりきっていた. But she went through a background check really fast. Choto futsu janai. It's not very normal. Futsu janai to waie, but 彼女の両手に持っている真っ黒な手袋も一様だった。Speaking of unnatural, both the gloves that are covering her hands are pitch black. And those gloves were very were very irregular. It's not the season to be wearing gloves. And I can't call it fashion that girls these days are wearing either. それとも最近ではこんなのがよく良いているのだろうか? Maybe that kind of thing is popular among kids these days. ごめんなさい、少し勘違いしていたわ。Sorry, looks like I've misunderstood you. Looks like I... Kanchigai. Looks like I mistook you. It's okay. So, are you going to get on? Or are you not? この先まで乗せてもらえると助かる。It would be very helpful if you could drop me off past here. Gotcha. Get on. She does not get on the passenger seat. She gets on the back seat behind. She opens the back seat door and sits down. Are you a high school student? Why are you walking around out here? 僕はミラー越して彼女に尋ねた. I ask her while looking at her through the mirror. It's a secret. 彼女は鏡の中で目をそらしていた. Without looking at the mirror, she said that. Oh, okay. 僕はわざと大きなため息こぼしてからアクセルを踏んで車を発進させた. While purposefully making a large sigh, I step on the acceleration and keep going. 車は再び. And the car sinks into darkness once again. 道の先に広がっている闇は先よりもずっと暗くなっているように見えた. The path past here is even more darker than before. それでも今はもう道徳ではない. Even so, I'm not alone. 少し奇妙な同乗者ではあるけれど、一人よりはマシだろう. She might be a very weird passenger, but it's better than being alone. 奇妙. She might be an odd passenger, not weird. 見た目だけで言えば、こんな車に乗せるわ、もし訳ないくらい. Just from the looks of her, this car isn't worthy of having someone as beautiful as her riding on it. True that, man. 気のせいか、花のようないい香り、いい匂いもする. It might just be my imagination, but it smells very good like flowers. こういう機会は二度とないかもしれない. I might not have a chance like this ever again. What? I think she said what all of a sudden. ちらちらと鏡越しに見ていたのが気づかれたような. It's almost like she noticed through the mirror. 彼女は冷たい. She looks at me with the cold gaze. Oh, nothing. I haven't heard you didn't tell me your name yet. 別に知る必要はないでしょ? You don't really need to know, do you? まあ、そうだけどさ。道は道連れというか、 Tabi wa michitsure toyu ka. Well, that might be so, but you know what they say, love the neighbor. 確かに私だけがあなたの名前を知っていて、あなたが知らないのはフェアとは言えないわね。I guess you knowing my name. I guess me knowing your name and you not knowing mine wouldn't be fair, would it? Yeah, it's not fair. でも、フェアにBut there's no reason for me to be fair, is what Kirigiri said. そう言ってそう言って、彼女は外を向くように、再び窓の外に顔を向けた。While saying that, she nonchalantly looks out the window again. やれやれ、難しいお嬢様だ。Oh boy, what a troubling princess, or what a troubling lady. 車にぶつかる雨の音が次第に強くなっていく。The rain hits the car harder and harder. ラジオを捜索したけれど、もはやノイズばかりでも何も聞こえない。I tried controlling the radio, but there's still only noise, and I can't hear anything. 見て、時が道塞いでいるわ。Look, the tree is blocking the road. 彼女が後部座席から身を乗り出して正面 She sits up from her passenger seat and moves her body forward, pointing in front of the car. ヘッドライトの中で横に横はたわる。There is a fallen tree in front of the headlights. 内気だろう。何十年も前からそこに。Uchiki. What's that? Huh? I don't think that was there for a couple of years, I think is what he's saying. Michi wa Toki no muko e tsuzuiteiru. The path keeps going past fallen trees. Huh? Is that true? I don't think I'm translating this correctly. Yeah, it says fallen trees. I'm not sure where he's talking about though. Michi no ryo gawa ni wa yase ga hai shinobotte ori, sore o kuruma de kakiwakete ikeba. I might be able to go on the side I might be able to drive past the side of the road where thick brush is growing, and go around the tree and keep going. Boku wa, I head off the path and my car is on the what do you call it? Grass? Or no, that's not grass. Yakuza, wild grass, I think is what he's saying. Forest thicket, maybe? ハンドルを取れるような感触を覚えつつ while feeling the vibration on the handle, I head past the fallen tree. 無限のままでいるのも気まずいので it would be very awkward to not say anything. And I talk to her. Do you like movies? B, What are you looking at outside the window? C. You're very beautiful. D. Do you have brothers or sisters? I'm gonna go with C, I think. It's very funny. I already picked it before. You're very beautiful. Sarigenaku yuto. While saying that nonchalantly, I look at her through the mirror, and her eyes get huge for a moment. And almost like nothing happened, she goes back to normal. I cough, I pretend to cough, and we don't talk after that. それ以上話しかけないでという態度 and we decided not to talk to each other. そんな安い Of course she wouldn't be so easy to be moved by simple words. Huh? 雨音が急に強くなった The sound of the rain suddenly got bigger. 車の屋根が and it's almost like the roof of the car is being banged on like a drum. まるで it almost sounds like hail. No, that's wrong. It's branches. The branches are falling right in front of the in front of the windshield. What is this? Tree. From the passenger seat, she yells all of a sudden. It's going to fall. Michi no skoshi saki. Migi te... Michi skoshi saki. Migi te ni. A tree on the right side of the road is falling in the direction of the car. Boku wa tosa ni akseru kinoshita ni kuguri nuketa. I hit the acceleration and go in front of the tree. And go under the tree. Chokugo. Afterwards, almost like an earthquake, a large tree falls on the road and blocks the road. Saito mira no naka de shinaru you ni bound suru. On the side mirror, shinaru you ni. Something is bound on the side mirror. Really cool word. A trunk? Huh? Shinaru yoni. The side of the mirror shows the warped tree trunk. That was dangerous. Mada kokoro shinzo ga bakubaku shiteiru. My heart is still racing. Marude kono kuruma, it's almost like it was aiming for this car, is what Kirigiri said. And then the protagonist says, Sona bakana. That's ridiculous. Ki no chokugo chokkeki sakeru no mo. Orisoita kino seide. The branches that from the tree, kino chokugeki wa, from hitting the tree, the branches broke the wipers. Fronto glass ni, there are various musu no haga. There are lots of leaves stuck to the windshield. It's hard to see past them. Ichido kuruma o tomete tori nozoita hoga yasou da. Maybe I should get out. It would probably be best to get out and remove them. I step on the brake. However, the feeling of the pedal is weird. the speed isn't going down. This is bad. What is it this time? The brake isn't working. 僕は叫んでいた。I yelled. 車は止まるどころか、スピードがどんどん上がっていく。止まるどころか。When I was trying to stop the car, the speed increases. There's a tree falling in front. Her voice echoes inside of the car. 見ると100メートルほど先に立つ木が今まさに前に向かって始めていた。As I look, almost 100 meters in front, a tree is it's falling, trying to block the road. 加速していく公平の中で、木陰の中で。Since I'm going so fast, the light, the shadow of the tree falling makes it almost look like it's falling in slow motion. この態度で突っ込めばちょうど木の At this speed, we might get crushed under the tree. Under the tree. ぺちゃんこだ Like a pancake. しかもブレーキが効かない And the brake isn't working. 彼女の言う通り Just as she says, it's aiming at us. It's aiming at us in timing. どうしたらいい? What should I do? Hit the side brake. Pull the side brake. I think it's the emergency brake. 彼女に上限 I ask her さらにアクセル踏み込んだ I hit the acceleration even more. Ask her. I ask her. Help me, goddess. She's saying, goats, get off the path and go into the forest. We'll hit a tree. If we hit a tree, we'll stop. そんなことできるわけ? We can't do that. 僕がうろたえると I hesitate, and she stands up from her seat and takes control of the handle and moves it to the left, and forcefully moves it to the left. 車を暴走するブルドーザーのように The car rampages like a bulldozer. And running over the vegetation, it goes into the forest. Yagate shomeni, and we stop right in front of a huge tree. Boku wa, and I prepared for impact. I scrunched my neck and prepared for impact. And the next moment, 暗い道の中に激しい衝突音 In the dark forest, a loud crash resonates. My eyes, everything turns white. 少し遅れて 少し遅れて a little bit delayed. My face feels a painful dizziness. At the same time, am I alive? どうやら looks like I've been saved. Mitai o koshite me no mae. I raise my body and look in front of me. Shikai ga mashiro nano wa. The reason everything is white is because of the airbag. Sore wa kakiwakeru you ni shite. Mae kata o unazuku to kuruma no fronto bubun ga hishagete kemuri ga agatte ite. I wipe that away, and in front of the car, white smoke begins billowing. In the front part of the car, sugu me no mae ni wa oki ga tachi hadakatteru. Tachi hadakatteru. And the tree in front of us is blocking our way. What about her? Boku wa awatate. I panically turn around. Suruto, and in the passenger seat, sushige na kao tsukide ho ni kakatta. Sushige. With a refreshed face, she wipes away her hair on her. She puts her hair back behind her ears and takes off her seatbelt and wait. She's susushige nakaotsukide. Why does she have a refreshed face? Pucci, she's safe? Oh, wait, are you safe? Or are you alright? Kore kurai. This is nothing, is what Kirigiri said. Kanojo wa doareba o hiku. She pulls the door lever. Could it be because the car is twisted that it won't open? Shikashi tomada yo choshi mo naku. Ryou ashi o kamaete butsu o soko de. Without even hesitating, she readies her feet and uses the bottom part of her boot and kicks. Doa wa hade na oto tatete hiraita. Let me look up hade. With a gaudy sound, with a loud sound, the door opens. Boku tachi wa kuruma no soto ni dete. We leave the car and aratamete and realize the situation we're in again. Taiki ni shutotsu shita kuruma wa sore ga moto moto kinzoku datta to wa omoenai hodo gunya gunya ni shigande ita due to crashing in a large tree. You can't think that that car was once metal before. Gunya gunya. What's gunya gunya? Flabby? Huh. Limp? I don't think you can, that's an adjective you can use on a car. You wouldn't think that the flabby, how twisted it is, that it would be metal. Ippo de ki no hou wa hyomen ni 傷つがっていた程度でびくともしてない。On the other hand, the tree's surface doesn't even have a scratch on it. 見て、シャフトに何か刻みついてる。Look, there's something engraved on the shaft. What? 彼女が車のそばに踏み込んでペンライト光を当てている。She squats down and uses her pen light. Look, if I look there, the tire, ツタのようなものが I mistranslated. She didn't say shaft. She didn't say engraved either. If I look closely, there are vines that are tied around the tire. おそらく何かの植物だろう。They look like some sort of plant. きっと峠を避けて Maybe when we went off the path, the plants got caught on the tire. それで突然ブレーキが Could that be why the brakes weren't working? しかし立て続けに木が倒れてきたのはどういう理由だろう But for what reason is there for the tree to suddenly start falling? Is it because of the rain that made the ground more softer? 他人の車に乗ると本当にろくなことならないわね。Riding in someone else's car never leads to anything good. What? Nothing. 彼女は車から離れて携帯電話を取り出す。She goes away from the car and takes out her phone. It's not connecting. This is the worst. 周囲は真っ暗な森で雨はますます強くなっている。We're surrounded by a dark forest, and the rain keeps getting stronger and stronger. 果たしてここはどこなのか Where could we be? もはや迷子ところではない。We're not simply lost. このままだと遭難の可能性もある。遭難の What's 遭難 There's a possibility we might be stranded. こういう時、苦手に動き回ると危険なんだ。At this time, it's dangerous to circle around. 苦手動き It's dangerous to move around. 下手に動き回ると危険なんだ。とりあえず車の中で At this kind of time, it would be dangerous to move around. For now, let's stay inside the car and wait for and pass the night. 僕は I get close to the car. すると突然爆弾音ともに車が火にこぞまれた and suddenly an explosive sound surrounds the car with flames. Are you serious? 僕は爆発に驚いてその場にひっくり返り、呆然と火の傾き。Being afraid of an explosion, what's it called? I get away from that spot and look at the flames. Shoku ga okisugite tachiagaru. I couldn't even stand up because I was so shocked. Moe sataru hi no netsu ga ame ni nureta boku no mitai ni hamushiro atatakaku kanjirareta. From being so cold from the rain, the flames, I feel warmth from the flames. It's dangerous to be sitting there. While crossing her arms, she says that and looks down on me. この状況でよくそんな冷静でいられる。How can she be so calm in this situation? 異常な出来事が立て続けに起きているけれど、それらに対して動機一つ見せない彼女こそ最も異常と言えるかもしれない。There are many accidents happening over and over, and no matter what happens, she doesn't show any hint of emotion. 最も異常と言える. That is the most irregular thing of all. 向こうに明かりが見える. I can see light on the other side. 彼女は暗闇に目をそらすようにしていた. She says so while looking at the darkness. そちらを見ると確かにぼんやりと. When I look at over there, there really is a faint light floating from the darkness. なんだろうあれ? What is that? 家の明かりじゃないかしら? Could it be light from a house? 彼女はつぶくようにいて、明かりに誘い出せるように森の中へ入ってしまった。She says so mumblingly and heads towards the light as if being invited by it. And she heads into the forest. Hey, wait! 僕はようやく立ち上がり、慌てて彼女を追いかける。I finally stand up and chase after her panickingly. うっかりしていたら暗闇の中ですぐに彼女を見失ってしまいそうだ。If I let my guard down, I might lose her in the dark forest. しかも森が深まるにつれ、雨が霧のように煙りますます視界が遠ざれていく。しかもAnd deep inside the forest, the fog from the rain turns into smoke and makes it so I can't see forward. あれ? 本当に家の明かりなのか? Could it really be light from a house? それと以外には考えられない. I can't think of anything. I can't think. I don't see what else it can be. この森の中だぞ. It's inside this forest. 普通 Would there really be a house in this forest? I don't have a good feeling. We really shouldn't get close to it. You don't. It's not like you have to follow me. Yoru ake made. Why don't you stay close to the fire until daybreak? She says that without even turning around. Aro koto ka boku wa ai kuruma o Aro koto ka. Of all things, she calls my beloved car a fire. You. How can you be like that? Kini soruga. I'm sorry for hurting your feelings. Sorry. And thanks for dropping me off past here. And thanks for taking me all this way. Sore nari ni. I'm very grateful for that. Sore nari. You're very grateful, huh? You don't really look like it. Kirigiri Kyoko. Huh? My name. Kore de fair kashira. Is this fair now? Kanojo wa chirari to boku no hou ni hou furimuite ita. Chirari to. She glances at me with one turn. Sano toki no hyoujo to ieba otona possa no gaikawa ni himitsu meita shoujo o hisomasete iru yona kanojo kaotsuki datta. At that time, her expression made her look very adult, like a girl that had many secrets. Hisomete iru yona. The face of a girl who held many secrets. Arui wa ame to anyami no sei de boku wa sou mieta. It could just be because of the rain and the darkness that made me think that way. Boku wa kaesu beki kotoba o ushinai. Damatta mama kanojo Kirigiri Kyoko kara wa hagure yo ni ato hashita. Being speechless for a response, without saying anything, Kirigiri Kyoko, I chase after Kirigiri Kyoko. Izure ni seyo, boku tachi kono mori de nakaru. No matter what happens, we have to leave this. We need to escape from this. We need to escape from this forest. Shidai ni akari ni chikazuite. Shidai ni akari ni. Our circumstances become clear. Moku moku no aida nukeru to kyū ni akita basho ni deta. We head out from the forest, and we suddenly step onto an open place, an open space. At the same time, the wind blows and carries away the fog. Shui no fuku kusa ga marude shisana no waki yo ni yukurete boku tachi o ashimoto nadeta. And the surrounding grass like yugurete swivels like a wave, like a small wave, and nadeta and brushes our feet. Soshite Nami no tsutawaru saki ni me no yaru to. And past the waves, we look forward, and an old-styled gate leading to a western mansion is before our eyes. A large mansion. Kokuna Oyo Tenchiku de Oyoso Tema Park shika mikakenai yona Kajo Soshibuda. An old-style western mansion that I didn't think I would see other than in a theme park. With very outrageous decorations. Kabe ni ugaki deta etai shirenai kuroi somi toka mado no shui o atasuta toka soiyu mono ga nakereba merhenchik tomo ieta ga kono fukumisa wa marude bakeyashiki da. If there wasn't a black paint or if there wasn't black paint surrounding the walls or branches all around the windows, I would have called it very fairy tale-like, but with the ominous feeling of it, it makes it look like a haunted house. Akari wa shoumen ni mieru. There is a light coming from a window on the second floor. It looks like a fluorescent or a man-made light. It does not look like a fluorescent or man-made light or artificial light. It might be light from a candle. Mado o mitsumete iru to, while looking at the window, the light suddenly disappears. I suddenly raise my voice. Kirigiri wa... Oh wait. Kirigiri, she suddenly raises her voice. She noticed too. Looks like someone's here. She pushes the rusted gate and goes inside and goes through the gap. Hey, why are you going in there? We should get away from this ominous place. Let's go to somewhere where we can get a connection where we can get in range for a cell phone signal. Well then, you go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go inside of that mansion. Hey, okay, I get it. If you're gonna go by yourself. I'm going home. B, are you scared? Aren't you scared? I'm gonna go with B. Aren't you scared? Boku wa toi ni kanojo wa kotaezu kanata e mukate aruki dasu. She doesn't respond to my question and begins walking towards the mansion. Sugu zuku. Communication Toritsirai. I can't communicate very well with this kid. Koshira ga sashite agenai to. Sashite agenai to. Looking up a word. like I can't have a conversation without guessing. Moshikashite, kimi wa saishu kara. Could you have been heading to this mansion in the first place? That's a secret. Kirigiri wa nureta kami o she wipes off her wet hair from her shoulder and says only that and leaves. Masaka kono mama kanojo o oite nigeru nante dekiru wake ga nai. I can't just leave her here. Hitori ne. Of course I don't want to go into the forest by myself, but more so, I can't shake away my interest in Kirigiri Kyoko, a girl, the mysterious girl Kirigiri Kyoko. Sore ni, onna no ko wa, onna no ko o hitori de osoroshii basho ni ikaseru wake ni wa ikanai daro. And of course, I can't let a little girl, a girl by herself, go into a horrible mansion like this by herself. I'm going as well. I open the gates, and I chase after Kirigiri. Are you worried about me? Of course. I see. You'll only be a hindrance. Sonna koto iwanai de kure yo. Don't say that. Boku datte hitori ja kowai dakara sa. Don't say that. I'm scared by myself as well, you know. Boku o tasukeru to omotte. I thought you could help me. Looks like I have no choice. Kirigiri frowns. Reidai ni mieru kedo, igai ni toyoraru, seki ni kajite shimau. Tachi nano kamoshirenai. Reidai ni mieru kedo. Gotta look up a word. Dayton, she might act cool. She might act cool, but unexpectedly, she has responsibility of doing the right thing. Skoshi zutsu kanojo to no kyori o tori ga wakatte kita. I feel like I understand how to get closer to her. Yukata no yashiki nai ni wa marute shokubutsu e no you ni samazama na kusaki ga haete ita. The mansion, inside of the mansion grounds, it almost looks like a garden. Like a shokubutsu e. There are various types of plants and trees growing. Totemo kanri ga iki todoiteru you ni wa miezu. It doesn't look like they're being upkept very well. Mita koto mo nai you na shokubutsu ga. There are many plants that I've never seen before. And mita koto nai and various bushes that I haven't seen either. Sono konjo ni. That chaoticness makes me feel fear. Boku tachi wa tsui ni yukata no genkan mai ni tatte ita. And we were standing in front of the front door of the mansion. Kirigiri wa tamerau koto mo naku. Without hesitation, Kirigiri knocks on the door. Shirabaku matte mo henchi ga nai node boku wa doa no hou ni mashita. After waiting a while, there was no response. I turned the knob. Wa Nobu o tsukamu to nururi to shita kanshoku ga shite boku wa awatete te o hanashita. The knob felt moist. I panically take my hand off of it, and I look at it, and my hand was deep red. My hand was painted deep red. Is this blood? It's just rust. Kirigiri turns the knob with her gloved hands and opens the door. Naka wa hirobiro to shita entrance hall ni natte ite, ussura to akari no tsuita shoumei ga takai teni kara burasagatte kuru. It was a large entrance hall that we went into. There was a dim light from the hanging chandelier from the high ceiling, hanging from this high ceiling. Mita tokoro. From the looks of it, there aren't any people here. Jibun tachi no shinzo no oto ga kikoete kisou hodo shizuke sa ni machiteiru. It's so quiet that we can almost hear our own heartbeats. Excuse me. Is there anyone here? I try to talk. I yell all the way inside the mansion. And there's still no response, as I thought. Kirigiri wa tamini mo naku. Without hesitation, she steps inside the mansion. She's always doing her own thing. Shikashi, koko de hikikaesu wake ni mo ikanai. However, there's no way we can head back now. Chisai no tokoro, boku tachi wa sonna tsukakete ite kano kara. Seeing as how we are definitely in a disaster, if there is a possibility, we need to find a way to get help. We need to. It would be nice to borrow the phone. Entrance ni hall ni haite, shoumen chuo ni okina tobira ga ari. In the entrance hall, we step in, and right in the middle, there's a large door, and to the left of that, and to the left and right of that, on the sides, there are stairs leading to the second floor. Yuruyaka na kabu. Yuruyaka. With a gentle curve, they lead up. Sayu no kabe ni. On both sides of the walls, there are doors leading inside. Kaidan no tamoto ni. Kaidan no tamoto ni. What's tamoto? On the foot of the stairs, there is a large grandfather clock. keeping the time. 浴衣の内部は外見の不気味な印象と比べ、整然として手入れが低く整えている。Compared to the outside of the mansion, 整然として。It looked like there was a bit of upkeep inside of the mansion. It was a bit more organized. あるいは時の音と裏吹くにこの空間だけが裏吹くにlooking up a word. On the contrary to the sound of the clock, it's almost like the space has been stopped here for many years. It's almost like time stopped here for many years. しかし、最も奇妙なのはエントランスホールの片隅に The most odd thing about the entrance hall is on the side there is a potted plant. 館内の内側に Inside there is 花場 There's a pot made of brick and one tree is growing there. 大きいと言ってもいい太さだ. It was, you could even call it a great tree from the thickness of it. The green leaves head all the way up to the ceiling. 近くまで gets close to the ceiling. 浴衣の中に There is a tree inside of the mansion. その木が何という名の植物なのか僕には分からなかったが I didn't know the name of that specific plant. But I didn't know that large trees had veins on their trunks. It looked like a monstrous tree with blood vessels. What an amazing mansion. 僕は木の実がげながら言う. I look up at the tree and say that 家の中で講習ができるぞ. Denshu? You can practice gardening inside the house. This tree is alive. Konokiwa, is this tree crying? Is this tree alive? I'm gonna save it here. Alright, see you guys later. I'll stream the rest some other time.